Hey guys, I know this is kind of off the cuff, and um, hey guys, so I know this is kind of off the cuff, and normally we would schedule our live streams, but I know many of y'all will come back and look at this later. So I just wanted to get this out there because it is time is of the essence to make this happen. As you know, my last live stream, I explained why we were um, putting fundraisers out there, messages on our Facebook page to do fundraisers, get sponsorships, and it was all to help out, make up some losses that we encountered this year with a couple of TDCs. We're still waiting on some money to come in from some TDCs, so that was all in an effort to try and raise some money to get us through our state championship and help out with getting some of our items ordered that we need to get ordered now instead of waiting on these funds and not getting those come state championship time. So with that, again, we kind of digressed there, but we've asked that people donate to our fundraiser, or if you've got sponsors out there. But we just haven't had the success in getting any of that or any of that taking off like we had hoped. So what we're doing, what we're left to do, and obviously the only way to make this happen is to ask you guys to help out and put it, back on you guys. Is if you want to get your anglers rings, we've got to get those ordered like ASAP. So um, we can order the rings, but we're going to need the families to pay for the rings. Um, and then the price we're charging is $50. That will also help with some of the shirts that we're wanting to give the anglers at the banquet. That's anglers and boat captains. So, but we gotta pass this off to you guys to make this happen, and we need to get this done ASAP. We're going to also do a mass email to all those that have qualified for the state championship and ask you to pay for those now. And we're going to keep this open until the 10th of May. At that point, I've got to close it because we've got to get these rings ordered and get the shirts going, and we got to get our awards, everything underway here. So we can't keep waiting around on these funds to come in. So I apologize, but you know, again, we tried to ask, do it randomly, just put it on those that could help out, and we just didn't get the support we needed. So what we're doing now is I'm gonna walk you through where you need to go to place an order for your rings. Again, we're asking only do this for anglers that have qualified for the state championship. If you're not going to be able to order multiple rings at once, so coaches, club, those that are overseeing your clubs, you're going to have to do these individually. You're going to have to use the angler's login so we know who we're ordering a ring for. So if if April Wicks is going to order Dusty's ring, she needs to log in, use whatever login on Fishing Chaos there that you would log in for with Dusty, and order it so we know that it's Dusty that we're getting the ring for. Um, we need, we'll ask you for your shirt size as well. And then this way we can get these rings ordered. At that point in time, you'll be asked to pay the $50 that we're asking everybody to pay, and get that covered. So real quick, here's where you go. Um, you log into Fishing Chaos. So this is my dashboard, but when you log in, it's going to take you to probably going to take you to the home screen, but probably something like this page here. You're going to click on our Bass Nation Junior High School page there. If you'll just scroll down, so you're going under Trails and Clubs, and when you'll click on our banner, you'll scroll down and you're going to see buy a 2024 state championship ring. You're going to click rejoin. At that point, it's going to open this screen up. It's got my name there, so it'll have your angler's name there, phone number, contact, probably address. It's going to ask you for your ring size. It's going to ask you for your shirt size. You hit continue. And it gives you the sizes of the rings we can order, okay, which is 6 through 12. So whenever you put this information in, you hit continue, it's going to take you down to the Fishing Chaos subscription information. You do not have to worry about any of this. Hit no thanks. Then it's going to ask you for your guest checkout or add a credit card. When you do that, it'll charge you the $50. That's all you have to pay. You don't have to pay any of the Fishing Chaos fees. As usual, we get hit with the Stripe fees on our end. So it'll ask you to review your order. You hit submit, and that money will go straight into our Stripe account, just like when we do memberships. Again, though, you've got to do these one at a time. You cannot do them multiple orders at once, because that was going to require more programming on Fishing Chaos's side to set that up. And because we have such a short window here to get these ordered, we need to do this now and get these underway. So, I hate that we have to put this back on our families, and hopefully next year we're back on track. We should be back on track. But the point is it's helping our program out. You got to remember, we take in a lot of money. Absolutely, we bring in a lot of money in this program. At the same time, we pay out a lot of money to these kids. We do a lot for them. Keep in mind, we give almost $10,000 per tournament out to the high school kids, another $2,500 to the juniors and gift cards. So when you add that up over 8 tournaments, that's about $100,000 we're giving back to these kids. Some say that's too much, but it is what it is. That's what we've done, and that's where we're at. It's just the shortfalls that we encountered. When you look back on the year, we actually floated, of our 8 weekends, we floated 5 of those 8 weekends just with the monies that we brought through this program. So it's pretty awesome that we're able to do that. And like I was telling somebody yesterday, usually the first 4 tournaments, September through December, cover, those monies and funds that we get from our TDCs, the little bit of extra that we make on the entry fees, that goes through covering the second half of the season when we're waiting on those TDC funds. So, by coming up with that shortage that we did with the one TDC, it was my fault. Again, I take all the blame for that. It makes things real tight right now for us getting through the end of the year. So we just ask that if you want a ring, place an order. We're going to do a mass email to everybody. We're going to do everything we can to reach out to each and every one of our anglers that's qualified for the state championship. I will tell you this: if you order a ring and your angler is not in the state championship and you pay for it, that's fine. We will get that ring for you, but it will not be a priority. We're going to take care of our rings, our anglers that are going to be at the state championship first. That's crooked. We're going to take care of those rings first and get those processed and get them back, and then we'll order the others later and get those back to you at a later time. It will be your responsibility to pay for any shipping on those, or meet with me and get those over the summer. But we've got to take care of the ones that's qualified for the state championship first. So we just ask, if you would, to please just order rings for those anglers that have qualified for your state championship. We're still going to have the donation or the fundraiser, out there that you can still donate to if you want to donate to the program. We've still got the sponsorships program out there, that if you know anybody that wants to be a sponsor. But these are companies that we're dealing with. I mean, everybody understands that the economy is not the best it is right now. But we'll get through this, and we'll continue to run a successful program. But we are right now just asking that the families take on the purchase of the rings and help out with that. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. The other thing I want to share with you while I'm on here, they have canceled the FCA tournament that was scheduled for this Saturday and Sunday here on Hickory Point on the Harris Chain of Lakes. Again, just did not get the participation that they were hoping for there. And that's fine. Sammy hates to have to do that. He will be refunding those monies to the families that signed up for that. But he'll try and reschedule maybe sometime over the summer whenever there's not quite as many things going on, such as proms and people getting ready for graduations. And probably many of you just taking the month off because you've been busy since September fishing every month. So we understand that. He understands that. He apologizes. But with that, I'm going to close out. Again, folks, I hate to have to ask anybody to do this, but if you don't want a ring for your anglers, that's fine. That's you just don't order them. We'll still recognize the anglers at the state championship. It's just they won't have a ring to be presented with whenever we are there. So it was that, or not do any rings at all, not do shirts at all. And I talked with a lot of our parents about this, asked them their thoughts, and they all said, hey, just ask the families to pay for them. The ones that want them, they can just give them the option to purchase them, and that's what we'll do. When will checks be sent out from the boat tournament? We are getting ready to send those checks out this week. I've been traveling. I traveled last week and got back, and been trying to play catch up all this week. So I've finally dug out our computer for the tournaments, and I'll be cutting those checks. Hopefully I can get on them this afternoon and start printing those out and getting those sent out to everybody. So I hadn't forgot about that. I had a couple people call me about those checks, so we'll get those sent out at the same time and get those to everybody. Make sure your addresses on Fishing Chaos are up to date, because that is what I'm using for your address to send those checks. I know a couple people said previous checks that were sent, they didn't get them, and it ended up being their addresses were incorrect on Fishing Chaos. So you need to make sure your profile information on Fishing Chaos is up to date for your anglers, and everything is correct there. So that's why I stress that. So with that, I'm going to close out. Again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I think it's a pretty straightforward method there. I apologize you can't order multiple rings or do multiple anglers at once, but again, that was just going to take more programming and take up more time. This is kind of to get these rings back in time, we got to get these orders submitted. So please go out, take care of that. Share this with your teammates, your clubs, and let them know that this is the way we're handling rings this year. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye and hope everybody has a great rest of the afternoon.